Right, today we're going to change the riser bushes for the handlebars because there's a bit of slop in these ones and we need to renew them. Now, what you need to do really is to remove the Allen keys, the Allen bolts that hold the speedo, cluster and the handlebars on. This is a much easier job to do if you remove the handlebars. However, the Allen key I need to do this with is 6 miles away in my other workshop. So I'm going to attempt to do it with leaving the handlebars connected to the risers and just do it from underneath in one piece. And we'll see how it goes like that. Also, I probably would have done it like that anyway because these handlebars are in a perfect position. It took me around 6 rides to get them where I needed them, and I don't really want to move them. So we're going to try and do it with everything complete and just change the bushes by lifting the bars back and putting the bushes into the top. But as I say, really the simplest way to do it for anyone at home is to take the handlebars off, and then when you loosen the bolts underneath the risers, you'll just be able to spin the risers off the bolts, and it makes it much easier to get the bolts out. But we'll have a look at that and see how we go. We'll see if we can do it with the handlebars connected to the risers. Since I put these Dynaglide custom bars on, you can see there's a little bit of movement in the bushes. You should have some movement there, but not a great deal. There should just be a little bit of flex, but this one has obviously got a bit too worn and there's a bit too much movement. That'll always be more highlighted when you've got higher bars on. Just unbolt it from underneath, and what you'll need for that, you'll need a 3/4 inch AF spanner and a new set of bushes, just like that, from good old eBay. So first things to do, undo these bolts under here. Now I'm going to try and do it with the tank. I'm going to take the tank off on mine, but you might be able to do it with the tank on, depending on the length of the cables and the brake lines. And you're going to need to loosen those. This side, the right hand side, is the easiest one to do because there's plenty of room under there. If you turn the steering of the bike, you'll be able to get in there easily. This side is not quite so simple because under there you've got the wiring loom and the cable that goes into the headlight, so it's a little bit of a tighter fit, but if you turn the steering you will be able to wriggle it around and get in there. Personally, I would take the tank off, but if you're going to do it with the tank on, make sure you cover it up with a towel or something like that, so in case you drop a spanner or as you're swinging the spanner you don't ding the tank. So anyway, I'm going to just whip the tank off mine because there's other jobs I need to do there. But hopefully, if we've got enough room here, we can lift the bars away with the risers, and I can get the bushes in from the top and bottom and then rebolt them. So we'll see how we go. First things to do, as I say, is unbolt these. So we'll do that, lift it up, and then we'll see when we come back how we got on with that. Right, as you can see, I've removed the bolts from the bottoms of the risers, and on the right hand side one there is an earth strap. Do not forget to replace that. When you put everything back together, don't miss out on that earth strap. The left hand one is slightly more difficult to remove because of the cables, but the trick is to use the ring spanner and then revert to the open end, and by just lifting the handlebars as it becomes loose, lift the handlebars a little, you'll gain more space to get on there and undo it. It's definitely much simpler with the tank removed. I would say remove the tank. You get a bigger swing on the handlebar, plus you prevent any damage. So we'll come back to it when I've got the bars back, and I'll show you how we're going to put the bushes in. Right, so the bolts are removed, bars are pulled back. I've put a pad under here just to support the weight of the handlebars so they don't pull the cables too tight. These are the bushes we're going to remove. Just a flat bladed screwdriver will remove the washer. And then you may find that you have to drift the bush out from the bottom. So for that, I've got a punch and a hammer, and just put it on the edge of the steel sleeve, and then you can drift that out. Just move it around, and that should start to come out of the bottom. I can feel it coming loose now. So we can go underneath here, get hold of it and pull the bush out complete with the sleeve, and then screwdriver into the rubber at the top, and with a little bit of manoeuvring we can lift that bush out. Lovely. And there we have it. They're the old ones, and we'll look at getting the new ones in a little while. Right, here are the new bushes, and I found the easiest way to do this is to put the bottom bush in first. Just pop that into place, and I hope they're going to tighten up tighter than this, because they feel worse than the old ones at the moment. And then you can run your bolt and the earth strap and the new cap, which they supply, new chrome cap, put them all on up from underneath, and then you can pop the sleeve and the top bush on top, hold the bolt in, push them down, and they should stay there. So we'll have a look at that when we're done, and next stage will be just tighten everything up and see how they feel. Right, well, that's the job complete. It all went pretty well, really, not too difficult. Bit of a fiddle this side getting the bolt in, but as I say, if you had the handlebars off, you could do that quite simply. Little tip, if you do it with the handlebars off, leave the risers loose, leave these bolts under here loose when you put the handlebars back in, so you can line up those risers exactly so that the bolts will go in through the clamp without cross threading or anything. Then you can tighten up the risers after you've fitted your handlebars back. But as you can see now, everything is pretty solidly mounted. There should be always a little bit of flex in them because they are rubber mounted, but everything now is all solid. It's all back together and should be good to go. Thanks for watching. Hope that's helped somebody. Any comments, just leave at the bottom, and subscribe if you wish. Thank you very much.